Hey y'all, it's your girl Lala Licious. Today we're gonna talk about the best dating app, specifically Black trans women. Because babe, it's very, very important not to waste your time, okay? And baby, let's talk about you girls on these gay men websites. Like, girl, what are you looking for? Like, are you looking to be treated like a man? Are you a woman? Are you a trans woman? Or are you not, bitch? Why the fuck are you on these sites with these other men, baby? Let's talk about it. Because what's going on?
Come on in and sit down. I got all what you need, and you're gonna get it now. I got the Hennessy, that Patron, that good old stuff you like. I'ma be your bartender, I got you. I know we fucking twice.
Can y'all tell me the ones that are on the gay men apps, Jacked, like BGC, is there still a BGC? Grinder? Why are y'all on these apps? I honestly don't know. The only reason that I could say honestly is why a lot of girls are on these apps is just to get some dick. Like, that's the only thing that I could think of, because it's kind of like, what else is on those apps? Now, I would say I of course had a Jack before. I had a Grinder before. I had a Grinder before I transitioned. Okay, so let me throw that out there. I had a Grinder before I transitioned because I felt like, let me see what's out there. You know, I was comfortable in my skin as I thought, you know. And when I got on there, I didn't like the feedback from the guys because it was just like sex, like what you want to do, like what we're gonna meet up. It was just so rugged, just so white guys wanting BBCs and black guys only wanting to fuck the pay pigs, and it was just so much going on. It's just disgusting to me. I don't know. That's just me personally. But to each his own, right? Now, Jack, baby, Jack is a straight, like it say, Jack. People are looking to just, like, literally, Jack is literally a sex site. I don't care what you say. You can't find no love on Jack. If you do, that person, even if you're looking for love, and I honestly feel like some people probably on Jack looking for love, you know, but 9 times out of 10, those are DL men. Those are men that's in relationship with other men or women. And in marriages, like, the majority of the men on there are just married, they're DL, or they just want a quick fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, it's no stabilization on Jack. There's just not anything to me positive on Jack. I had a Jack before I came here, actually, and I never had a Jack, and I wanted to try it out. I had the Jack before I came here until me coming to Atlanta. So when I came to Atlanta, there was, of course, different type of approaches with guys. So, excuse me, I met one guy, nice guy, you know, I ended up inviting him to my house, came over, fucking druggy, bruh, like on meth, just so disgusting. Baby, when I tell you I never invite nobody over to my house again after him, like, it's just here alone. Like I told you in my previous videos, dating in Atlanta, to me, guys in Georgia are just very, very, like, stronghold. Like, they're gentlemen, but they're very forceful. Like, they're very, very forceful here in Georgia. And when I invited the guy over, and he pulled out his pipe and he started smoking, and he was telling me, like, you do ice, and I don't even know. I didn't know what none of this was until I met him, and I was like, long story short, never again, never again. So to me, to be honest with you, I feel like it's a trial and error for these apps too, because maybe you could find something. Maybe there is a hopeful person waiting for you on these apps, but 9 times out of 10, these are just DL and gay men just looking just to fuck. To me, a transgender woman in general, also by you being black, the respect that you're gonna get on Jacked and Grinder is 0 to little. And if it's 0 to little, if it is some, it's a fetish. Not only will it be a fetish, is these guys just want you for sex, just want you for an experimental project. And I see a lot of girls, and I talk to a lot of girls, and they talk about, oh, when I was on Jack, like they'll talk about, oh, I met him off of Jack and stuff. And in my mind, right? In my mind, because I've already been there, so I've already had a trial and error. I already had an error with that situation. So sometimes we can be judgmental to girls, but I would say that when girls tell me about their experience on Jacked or Grinder, they're coming from a place as if the men are treating them like a man. And to me, I guess in my mind is that no shit. Like, you're on a dating app full of gay men. Full of gay men. Gay men and some straight, some freaky. Some men are just freaky. There's so many men on there that's married. It's real fucked up. It make you not even want to just get married. Because, like, what the fuck? Everybody just get married to fuck other people. Like, who? It's so many people married, but who the single people fucking? You know, that I just think like that sometimes, is that, okay, if the married people are married and the single people are just still single, are we just still fucking each other that's single? Or the married people, like, baby, I don't know. My experience with Grindr and Jack was just like the guys treat you like a nigga. The guys don't have no respect for you, your womanhood, don't have respect for who you are as a person in general. They just want the nut and they just want to fuck. Period. And I'm not the type of bitch to be like, oh, I want a trick, or like I want some money for whatever, because that's just not me. I'm just not, that's not in my spirit. That's not in my soul. You get what I'm saying? So when I am on these apps, I am looking for consistency or something that's really, really great, you know? All right, y'all. So like I promised, let's go over three apps, three of the best apps for Black trans women, to me, in America, because I'm in America. So if you're in a different country or whatever, then this might not be for you, but please still watch. Okay, so I'm gonna rank only 3 apps because there are way more apps, but just to me, these are kind of the ones I wanted to rate because I have more experience with these apps. So the first app to me, the worst app right now to me is, drum roll please, Tagged. Tagged is the worst. It's number 3. Tag is number 3. And the reason that Tag is number 3 is that, I don't know, to me, Tag just seems a little ratchet. Like, Tag, how the guys approach you on Tag is just literally, they're gonna send you a dick picture in your inbox. No shade. Like, before they say hi, they're gonna send a dick picture. I don't know what it is about Tag. I feel like with Tagged, it's like the inboxes aren't monitored like the other dating apps in general, you know? So I feel like with Tag, a lot of stuff can just get by, you know? Just even profile pictures and it's just wild. But Tag, to me, I've only met just ratchet niggas on Tag, you know, that smoke meth and that's just don't have jobs, just trying to fuck, you know, just send everybody dick pictures. Like me personally, I mean, I met one nice guy that I still talk to now, but to me, Tag is more of a slower pace for me. It's just more ratchet. If you want a good old ratchet baby that might rob you with some good dick, get on Tag. You'll have a time of your life. A time of your life. Okay? Not saying that I had that experience, just let me clear that up. That wasn't my experience, okay? But Tag is just ratchet to me. Now, I've experienced with Tag that being trans is very, very popular. You know, very popular. The guys are interested, and they will more or less so write you first. Like, period. So, there are guys on there that is trans attracted and you feel welcome. I do like Tag. I do, but it's just a little too low grade for me, a little too ratchet. The guys on that app just seems like they just don't have nothing much going for themselves. I know Tag has live rooms. When you go in there, bitches be cuss you out because they don't know who you is. It's just too ratchet for me, so moving on. The second best app, in my opinion, out of 3 will be Plenty of Fish. To me, Plenty of Fish I like Plenty of Fish. I actually dated someone from Plenty of Fish. So, Plenty of Fish allows you the space to be more like free. Like, it allows you, Plenty of Fish allows you the space to be more talkative, to be more like you can share more information, and just I don't know. I like Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish is where I like I said, got in a relationship with a guy here when I moved to Atlanta, and I had a good experience with Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish is a good app. I like how it's set up. I like that you can do the match thing too, and you can. I just like Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish is really, really cool. It took me a while to try Plenty of Fish because I didn't know much about Plenty of Fish, but Plenty of Fish is kind of my go-to. I would say it's number one, but I have another app that's number one for a certain reason. But Plenty of Fish, if you're looking and you're black and you're trans, Plenty of Fish is really good. You can be upfront with who you are in your title. I think they have a selection for you too, which is always welcoming. Because if you're trans and you're black and you are of the minority, you want to make sure that when you are signed up for these these apps, these dating apps, that they have a selection for you, like trans or black or pro-black, or just things that you can kind of be yourself with, right? And I see that Plenty of Fish allows you to really, really be yourself, and I like that. My number one, the best app to me, in my opinion, the best app, but not my number one, my go-to, if that makes sense. So Plenty of Fish will be my go-to, but the number one app will be Tinder. To me, the number one app is Tinder. I feel safe on Tinder. Guys can't really talk to you no kind of way, and it's just more professional. You see a lot of men in suits. You have a variety of black men, white men, African, you have Asian, Arab, so many different varieties, so many CEOs, so many opportunities too. You got to be careful. Baby, Tinder has the money. That's where the money. I'm sorry, I don't care what a bitch say. If you're looking to date and you're young and you're black and you're trans, to me, in my opinion, you should be on Tinder. If you're looking to date and be serious, if you're looking for a sugar daddy too, that's Tinder is a good place too, If you're looking for a sponsor, a boyfriend, stuff like that, I wouldn't recommend just going on Twitter just to not be serious, because I feel like majority of the guys on there are on Tinder because they want to be in a more professional light. So I feel like if you're not wanting to be professional and if you're just wanting a fuck, to me, Tinder wouldn't be like a good place for you to just be logging on trying to see who you can F or who you can have a sexual escapade with, for the girls and guys out there. Because to me, it's just, I don't feel like that's the place for that. I feel like that's so much more respectful area of a social media dating. I feel like Tinder put in a lot of work into their website. Even when people message you and they say nasty stuff, Tinder will come back and be like, hey, you want me to delete this motherfucker, So to me, Tinder is the number one app. Now, I will say this. The best places that you can meet someone, in my opinion, is out in public. Go to Starbucks, get dressed up on a Saturday in the morning time. Go to Starbucks, baby. Sit in Starbucks in a nice area. Get real dressed up, put on makeup, do your hair, curl your hair, and just go sit at the bar. Just test yourself. Because a lot of you girls feel like you're bad bitches. Well, go out by your fucking self. Go to the bar and see how many numbers you get since you're so bad. Like, a lot of girls be hiding on the internet. And my thing is, when you're dating on the internet all the time, that's what you get, is just fake motherfuckers, because people are so easy to hide who they are behind, like, the camera or the phone, right? So to me, meeting in person or meeting at the gas station, Walmart, Publix, Target, whatever, to me it's just so golden. It's just so rare. It's just so old school. So that good bubbly feeling, like when you get in your car, like, oh, he was a nice guy. It's just like we don't have that anymore. That dopamine just comes all over you, and you can't wait till he calls you. For instance, I met a awesome guy named Benjamin, and he's an older guy. He sound older, don't he? Bitch! But he's 65, and y'all, he's a sweetheart. What is today's? So it's June. I met him I think this was beginning of April. And we met at Walmart. I was going shopping as I do, looking good, okay? And I pushed my bug. Yeah, I remember, and I was shopping, and I saw this guy, really, really dressed nice. And bitch, this was before Beyonce came out with her country album, baby. He had on his like a nice country hat, a nice tape up, and just an older, tall, nice looking guy. But I could tell he was older. But he's 65, but he literally looks, y'all, I swear to you, he looks 47. And he's 65. He moves around like he's 47. He drives trucks and he has a trucking company, and that's his career. So I was coming out, so I paid for my groceries. And I hate when men, why do men approach you when you already paid for your groceries or I already paid for my gas? Baby, let's rewind to the back a bit and go ahead and approach me when I'm at the cash register, baby. That's when you need to approach me, okay? So I was at the cash register and I'm ringing up my stuff as I noticed him, looking at me. So I turned back and he looks and he smiles, right? So I'm like, whatever. Like, that's just who I am, So I finished ringing my stuff real cute. Like, I'm like, ding. I'm like, oh my God, where's? And I asked the lady, can you give me some help? Like, da-da-da. And then, so I put all my stuff in the bag. So I walked out, When I go to my car, I'm putting my stuff in my car because he was like 2 to 3 people behind me, but in another line. So I walked out to my car. When I walked out to my car, I'm putting on my groceries. I'm about to put up the last little bit of the groceries. So he walked up and he was like, excuse me. And I'm like, when somebody says excuse me the first time, you be like, maybe they ain't talking to me. So he's like, excuse me. And I turned around and he was like, hi, my name is Benjamin. He was like, I just want to let you know. He was like, and what's your name? Something like that. And I told him, my name. And he was like, well, I saw you in the store and I thought you was just so beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you. As the time goes, he's still talking. I'm still putting up the thing because at this point, I'm so sick of niggas with they shit. Especially in Atlanta, dating here is just like, bitch, when a nigga approach you, like, what the fuck you want, nigga? Like, what you want? All right. I'm sick of y'all, nigga. What you want? Putting in the groceries, just putting in the groceries. So he was like, so I told him my name, and he was like, I'm beautiful. And he was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah. He was like, I would love to take you out to dinner. Can I take you out to dinner tonight? And to me, I was in my mind like, oh my God, yes. Like, I love your approach. I love that you're older. I want to go to dinner. Yes, I want a guy to take me out, and I want to feel good. I want to feel appreciated. I want to feel like a guy isn't hiding me. I want to be someone's number one, And just as a girl, that's just all going through my head. It's just, I'm already making plans like how I'm going to look for the day. It's just like, how we is. You know how us girls are. So, boom, I said, well, actually, baby, I got his ass right together. Because, I feel like I wasn't playing a game with him, but I also don't, and ladies, you don't ever want a man to feel like you just on his call. Drop of a dime, you just ready. Drop of a dime, you're always available. Always available, always going to answer. Da-da-da. He's not going to be like that for you. And if he is, at some point, he's going to, you know what I'm saying, be busy or have something to do. And being that we first met, I didn't want to tell him just yes, because I feel like that makes you feel like I just don't have shit going on. So to you, you might say I was playing games, but I feel like, bitch, I just got my groceries. I want to go home and cook, So I said, well, tomorrow will be great, And I think this day was a Saturday that I saw him at Walmart. So the next day, of course, was Sunday. So then the next day comes. When I get home, he texts me. Not when I was driving. I waited till I got home, texted back. He was like, you're so beautiful. What was your name again? I told him Jayla. I said, what was your name again? He said, Benjamin. And I said, so what do you do for work? That'd be my first thing. I don't come off like rude enough. I'm like, so what's your career path? Like, what do you do? And he told me, and then he reciprocated as well. He was like, well, what do you do? And I told him my job. He was like, oh, cool. He was like, oh, cool, you work from home. And I'm like, yes. And we just had a good old conversation. This was the first day. I'm used to guys trying to play games and wait 3 days and all this. Baby, this is a real man. Like, a real man. So, the next day come. So I'm like, don't have my hopes up, because at this point, he could have changed his mind. At this point, he could have just told me some shit. At this point, whatever. So, when he called me, it had to be in the morning time. And he was like, ooh, crap my name. And he was like, you still want to go out for dinner tonight? I'm like, absolutely sure. He was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see you. It's still early. He was like, I can't wait till tonight comes, da-da-da. So I said, me either. So make a long story short, the nighttime comes, and I text him, and I'm like, where we're going to meet at, whatever. He was like, meet me at, the Walmart. So I'm like, okay. So then when I saw him in his car, he walks over to my car, and he gives me a hug, and he asks me how I am, that day or whatever. Then he says, well, where do you want to go to eat? And I'm like, and bitch, I'm always the type of bitch that be ready to eat. Ready for who? Babe, I got places in my phone that I want to go and eat. In my phone, bitch. Screenshot, wrote down, pictures, bitch, everything. I am so greedy. I got one in the barrel, baby. If you ask me what do I want to eat, oh, I'm going to tell you so fast before you change your mind, baby, because I don't know if you're still going to pay for it, baby. So I'm a different type of girl. Or I know what I want to eat. And if I don't want to eat that right then, bitch, I can put it in for tomorrow. I could save the motherfucker for tomorrow. So it was this nice cantina, this restaurant, kind of upscale restaurant I wanted to go to. So I was like, let's see if you want to go here in my mind. So I told him, da-da-da. So I Googled it in the area, whatever. So he was like, okay, it's not that far. I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to go here. So he was like, okay, cool. He was like, well, how about this? You drive your car and I'm going to just follow behind you. Because at first he told me to ride with him, but I don't know if he didn't feel safe with me riding with him. Because I kind of didn't feel safe riding with him either. So it was kind of like it worked. So I think he probably felt my energy. And then so we just kind of drove each other's car and he followed me. Before I left, I told him, I said, oh, well, I don't have much gas. And, I need, he was like, oh, okay, I'll fill your tank up. He was like, just stop by, the gas station on the way. I'm like, yes, sir. So when we stopped by the gas station, he walks in, pays, pump my gas, stands in my doorway, and we kind of have a little prep talk or whatever. And then at this point, I'm like, little do he know, babe, I'm about to grill him at dinner. I'm about to ask him all sorts of questions. Not in a bad way. It's just, I have to protect myself. I have to know who I'm dealing with. I have to know, you know what I'm saying, who I'm around. So then we leave after he gets me the gas. We goes to the place, very much a gentleman, opens the door, waits on me to get out my car, open the door for me to go in, and he does this. You know how you like, go ahead and lead way. So he let me in. He said, find somewhere to sit. So I found a little nice booth, and when I went in, I was looking so motherfucking scrumptious, as I might say myself. So when I walked through, the people was looking like, yeah, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. I'm gonna walk him like a dog in the best way possible. So when we sat down, we started to talk a lot, and we started to get to know each other. We had us of course the regular chips that came with it and the salsa, and then I got white cheese because I wanted white cheese with the dip, which he didn't let me pay for. And when the menu came, I got this really, really good, because y'all know I don't eat beef and pork and all that, and chicken. So I got a big, nice burrito with shrimp and the fajita stuff with some rice on the side and salad and some refried beans. Of course, the regular stuff. And then they had margarita specials, and they had like the large margaritas, like, and the extra large was like this. So we both got the extra large, and we had a ball. We talked about everything. And the questions I had, of course, I had a question like, "Are you married or are you single?" You know, he told me, well. And he was very, very honest. He was like, well, right now I am going through a divorce. And I asked him, I said, well, how far are you along with that? He was like, well, we're not together and we're not staying in the same house. You know, we're totally separate. We're just working on divorce. So I was like, okay, well, you know, and I didn't want to press it too much because him and I, you know, of course, just met. So we talked more. He let me know that he wrote books, and he let me know his time in the Army and what he did in the Army and the years he spent in and how long he been driving trucks. And I shared a lot about me. And next thing you know, it was getting late. We was drinking. And he says, what do you want for dessert? And I was like, oh. And I got homemade churros with cherry on the top, and it had some vanilla ice cream. And he had cheesecake to top the night off. And then we left out, and he opened the door for me. He then, what I didn't like about it, he didn't follow me home, but he was like, I want to make sure you get home safe. And he drove behind me, of course, because he followed me to the restaurant. So he came to my, you know, apartment complex, which was very eerie to me because I didn't want him to know where I stayed, and I didn't want him to follow me. But, you know, he was a gentleman. I didn't get any spooky, creepy vibes from him. And so he came, and he got out the car, and I gave him a hug, and I gave him a kiss on the cheek, and he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and he told me, can he take me out again? And I told him, absolutely. And then we gave each other a peck, and then I went up, and then I came in the house. I was like, ah. So, and now, I've been knowing him, like, going on 3 months, and we talk every day. We text every day. I was in Florida visiting. I lost my debit card. I couldn't rent a car to come back, and he came and got me all the way from Florida. All the way from Florida. Yes, all the way from Florida. Such a great guy. Such a great guy. And I just want to let things marinate. I don't like to move at a fast pace because I feel like that's when you crash and burn. Does that make sense? It's always on the road, which is a negative. But I think that that's growing on me because I don't ever want to be up no one else's ass, and I don't want them up my ass, you know? But at times it is, I don't know if I could, because he had a conversation like, can you honestly date someone that's driving trucks? Because him and I aren't dating, and I let him know that I'm not interested in dating right now because of us just meeting. You're going through a divorce. You're on the road. So I don't know what you're doing on the road. I don't know how far you is with your divorce process. Even that you told me, but you're still a man. And you still want your cake and eat it too, you know. So it's like I still got to guard my heart in a sense. But he's a great guy. I just want to take things slowly. I think he want to take it a little faster than me. And at times I think because how men are is the older a man gets, the more scared he gets to be by himself, or he feel like I don't want to die alone, you know? And he always called me his pretty little thing. And he told me one time, he was like, oh, if I get in a wheelchair, you gonna push me around? I said, shoot, with that trucking company, baby, I'll push you to the end of the world, baby. Don't play. Baby, I'll be right there push you, baby. He's just really, really a great guy, you know? So I would say the best places to, in general, meet people are in the world. Go out and meet people. Go out, smile, shake hands, give people a hug. I think COVID really f***ed us up. It really f***ed us up. COVID really f***ed up our mind. And I feel like now, go out. Go out. I mean, COVID was COVID, and if you wasn't going to make it, you just wasn't going to make it. It just was your time to go. That's just how I see things, you know? Go out and love. Go out and talk. Go out and show your light. Get out of the house. Meet people that way. Even if you're not just meeting guys, if you're a girl, or whatever your preference is. Even if you're not meeting someone to date, or whatever the case may be. Meet friends. Those are the best type of friends just to randomly meet in a nail shop. Like I met a lady named Nina. And right now, to this day, I call her my sister. I've been knowing her probably a year now. She stayed right up the street. Her and her mom are like my family. I call her my sister. She calls me her sister. She respects my pronouns. I respect who she is. And it's just, that's all a girl could just ask for. You know? It is Pride Month, so I do want to get more deeper into this, but we as people only want respect. I only want the same respect as you. Now, if I don't give you respect, don't give it to me. But if I'm not doing nothing but just minding my business, respect me. I respect you. Love me. I love you. But go out in the world. Love each other. Don't stay cooped up. Share your love. Share your light. It's worth sharing. You are beautiful. And you will find somebody. Stay strict to the plan. You know, you want a nigga, you want to be in a relationship, don't let nothing stray that away. Don't let a man come along and want to play with your mind and your body and just throw you away. You know, if that's not what you want, you know. And it starts where you are looking from as well. Like, you being on certain apps, just say that you just want sex, or just says that you just want to deal with a no good, you know, man. So but you know, I love y'all so much. We can push ourselves, but at times we need that voice. We need that extra you know what I'm saying, from somebody. That's why we're all here. We're all here to love each other, and we're all here to help each other. So I love my Uncle Mike, and he gave me that talk the other day that pushed me, and I just want to let y'all know, keep going, you know, keep going. Keep being loving. Keep being who you are. Don't let a person change who you are because of who they are. Stay true to yourself. I would love to hear back from you guys, so please comment below if you have any questions, or if you agree with what I'm saying, or if not, I would love to hear back from you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day or night or morning, wherever it is, wherever you are. Stay awesome. Talk to you later.
Be what takes you to a world